When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind works backwards just for a minute, I hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember, I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember. When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind works backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember. breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind works backwards just for a minute,
G'day, good roosters. Welcome to the June Mancave sessions. It's been a pretty quiet month actually for me. A day earlier this month, I'm away tomorrow. I've got an army reunion. My old infantry battalion celebrating its 50th birthday, so really pleased about that. So I'm heading away for that. So anyway, let's get on to motorbike stuff. Looks like there's only two of us here at the moment. I presume that's Steve in Australia. Good mate Steve there in Melbourne. Hardcore dyed in the wool. Ducati fanatic. Anyway, what's been happening? Well, it has been quite a month, to be fair. The Multistrada, the old Multistrada's due for a warrant, but I got one little problem, and that, of course, that's my front tyre. So I'm not sure why, but it ate up the sides of the tyre and not the middle. So the sides was good and sticky. I guess they did their job. Anyway, due for a new warrant. I'm a big Michelin fan. I've been a Michelin fan pretty much right from the start. That was all overused when I was racing, and then Michelins back there were kind of, back in those days, were the top of the top. You know, if you wanted to spend the money, you got Michelins. And everybody was running Michelins pretty much. Anyway, I really like them, and so I've stuck with them. And I really like the Road 5 and the Road 6. I've got a Road 6 on the back, and I want to upgrade the front here to a, obviously, Road 6 as well. It's currently a Road 5. That tyre there's a Road 5. So that's what I wanted to do. And so I rang around, and I mean, the Road 6 has been out for a few years now, but there's none in the country. Now, it's been like this for some time. The Michelin distributor got into all sorts of business troubles or whatever, and so he got we now have a new Zealand distributor, Michelin tyres. After the last one, I think it went into receivership. So the next shipment's due around September, they tell me. So plan on at least October before we start seeing any Michelins on the racks in the shop. So anyway, I've bit the bullet and I've ordered Road 5, and I'll get that put on next week. So, but there you go. So if you're wondering where all the Michelins are, that's why. What else has been happening? Well, MotoGP news. It's that time of the season again, sort of mid-season. Everyone starts to look around to see who they're going with, if their contract's running out, who they're going to go with, for the next season's coming up. And anyway, the factory teams, all the teams are looking to fill their seats, empty seats, and of course riders will be looking for a new ride. So it's a bit of a game of musical chairs, to be honest. If we look here, apart from Marquez going to the Ducati factory team, there's also been Jorge Martin. Finally, we know what he's doing. He never got the offer from Ducati, and at the Italy GP, he jumped ship and now will ride for Aprilia next year. The factory team, of course. Pedro Costa, he's moving from the Gas team to the official KTM team. That's a big move for him. What else it's looking like? Bastianini. That's big news too. Bastianini's leaving the Ducati team, Ducati factory team, and he's going to race for KTM. Him and Maverick Viñales. So next season's looking really, really, really good. Actually, it's really exciting. Brad Binder's going to stay where he is. Of course, the big mystery is what's going to happen to Jack Miller. He probably peaked in 2022, I reckon, and he's been getting slower, or else everyone else has been getting quicker ever since. So I don't think he will go to World Superbikes, but maybe Trackhouse, one of the satellite teams in MotoGP, will pick him up. I mean, you got to think of the big picture. Okay, if he was a sort of just off the podium 2022, slow, and each season just slid further and further back. Now he's kind of heading towards the teens as far as final position at the end of the race. You know, so in MotoGP, okay, I don't think he's in any place to ever win a MotoGP championship or anything like that. But you still got to remember, the guy is, you know, if MotoGP's the top of the racing game, then you're talking about some guy that's still top 10, top 20 in the world. Very few guys riding in MotoGP. So, yeah, okay, yeah, I've still got a future ahead of him if he wants to switch to something else. World Superbike, I don't know. It's kind of its own thing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he'll make that transition. I think he'll try and get a ride with the satellite team and stay in MotoGP. I think after MotoGP, even anything else is probably a bit of a letdown if you're a rider, I imagine. So, but I do hear that rumours that Pramac might be switching from Ducati bikes to Yamaha bikes. So that's a big news there. Pramac's been with Ducati for years, so that's a big thing. And it's interesting because, I mean, the Yamaha's not performing terribly well at the moment, as we know. So if it's proved to be true, then it is big news. Yeah, especially considering those technical problems of the Yamaha bikes. So there must be other considerations involved. Probably, obviously, I'm sure, to do with money. So, anyway, we'll see what happens there. But, yeah, MotoGP, man, it's leaping around at the moment, eh? Really leaping around. So, anyway, what else? Well, look, the channel's getting near to 400 subs. So, as you might know, every 100 subs, we get a giveaway. I do a giveaway, hoodies, T-shirts, coffee mugs, dinner vouchers and stuff like that from sponsors and stuff. Just to be subscribed to the channel is all you got to do to be in to win. And the winners are posted in the Facebook group soon after we trigger that milestone. So yeah, if you're not subbed, you better jump on and sub if you want to be in to win. Speaking of hoodies and T-shirts and stuff, you can now get Dusty Visor long sleeve T-shirts and hoodies with the manufacturer's logos down the sleeves. I've got one on right now. This one here. There's our logo, of course. And I've got a Ducati one on at the moment. There's also Moto Guzzi. And also the 80s style Ducati one as well at the moment. So, and also Triumph. So if you're after some merch and you want to customize a bit more with your favorite brand on, just let me know. And we'll get it sorted for you. Some other news I found the other day, quite interesting. We talked about Bermuda last month, how they're going to have a team in World Superbikes. Well, I found out the other day Bermuda is 49% owned by Kawasaki. So that's where the money's coming from. And of course the engines and all that sort of tech support. So that's pretty cool. It's actually really good news if you think about it. If they got 49% of Bermuda, they're not going to let it fall away. So I think short to medium term, Bermuda's future is probably secure, which is great news. It's always sad to see them drop by the wayside. So, and Bermuda is one of my favourite brands. Even if they've got a Kawasaki engine and not a Ducati engine, but that's fine by me. So they'll be using, and of course, that's why they'll be using the Kawasaki engine exclusively from now on, I guess, in all their production bikes, and as well as their race bikes. Not that they do have a lot of models, but I mean they did have the Tessie, Tessie 2, whatever it is, and that beautiful bike they've got at the moment. I can't remember the name of it offhand, with that monster freaking crazy engine in it, a Kawasaki engine. Has it got the H2 engine in it? Or was that? I think it was a Tessie had the H2 engine. Anyway, so that's how Bermuda's going to finance their Superbike campaign, I guess, thanks to, in big part, probably to Kawasaki. So I'm looking forward to seeing who the major sponsors are for the Bermuda team. They'll be racing in next year's Superbike Championship. Just to let you know, the Burt, there's no spots left on that trip. in saying that, what I mean is at this stage, all the beds have been booked by people. So you can get on a waiting list, because sure as the egg somebody will pull out. We had a few people pull out last year. So if you want to get on that trip, it's a hell of a fun trip. Really, really fun. And just let me know, and I'll put you on the waiting list. So yeah, have a think about that. If you've ever wanted to go, it's a fantastic time. It's like 4 or 5 days. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 5 days. Now, we ride down on Wednesday, which is traditionally the hill climb day. Just for some reason, traditionally also, it's always wet on the Wednesday down there. So we normally ride down, and it starts raining around Gore. It tells us we're getting close. And then the next day, we go out to the track and watch whatever's going on. Beach racing is normally on the Thursday. So, and the beach racing is a hell of a lot of fun to watch. Really, really good fun. And everybody goes out and parks their bikes on the sand, of course, and watches the racing. So if you want to do that trip, let me know. Send me a PM or an email or something, and let me know, and I'll put you on the waiting list. Should be a great trip. And of course, we did book the whole accommodation out, so that's why all beds are full. 16 beds are filled, including some for some of the support vehicle people. We try and get a support vehicle to come down with us, what we do have every year, and so that carts most of our gear down. Dates are out for the Southern Classic at Levels Raceway. That's near Timaru. That is the best, biggest and best classic motorcycle race meet in New Zealand. There's well over 100 bikes, maybe 200 bikes there, including classic sidecars. G'day, Q. I see Q's turned up. Cheers, Q. I'm on the Jungle Juice today. No beer, so I've got the Appletons out. Anyway, dates are out for the Southern Classic near Levels. Now, that could be a good weekend to pop down, Q, and have a look. Last weekend in November, 22nd, 24th. Of course, we always go down the end by the hairpin. You'll see the big marquee we put up there with the barbecue going and the chili bins full of beer and stuff. And we have a good old time down there. And if you remember you may remember or you may not, depends if you've seen the video, on the Friday afternoons after practice, the sidecars let you have a go. They're off for have a go rides around the track. Now, I did it a few years ago, and I put a video of it here on the channel. I can't remember what the title of the video is, but anyway, it was a hell of a good time. If I can put a link to it, I'll put a link up here when we finish the live stream. So, so have a go on the Friday. So, and you literally get on. Well, assuming you got all the proper gear, you get on, and they'll do your 2 laps of the track. And the second lap, generally, once you got the hang of it, of course, they speed things up a bit. It was an awesome experience for me. It was a real bucket list, big tick off the bucket list, actually, for me. And it was free. They don't charge you. So last year I went down, but I had a crook back at the time, so I didn't bother. But hopefully I'm in good shape this year, and I'm definitely going to swing again. It's a hell of a good time, man. That's for sure. Let's see what Q's up to. Every time people talk about it, sure raises the desire to get to the event. Yeah, Q, man. Have a go at the swinging on the chair. It's free. Friday afternoon, always Friday afternoon after practice, around 4 o'clock more or less. And you can jump from one to another. I rode on 2 different ones. Really, really. Motorbike racing people are really nice people anyway, but then the sidecar people are even more, they just love it. Well, they're a little bit crazy too, I suppose. That probably helps. But, so that's what's been happening there. It's been a month since I got back from Italy, so I've got a lot of memories and that, and I've just about finished another video. I'm doing a video. I did release a video on the the museum, Ducati Museum tour, the tour of the factory and the museum, and I'm just working on one at the moment, a shorter one about Reno's garage. So Reno Karachi, he was, I'm sure I pronounced that wrong, sorry Stefano, but of course he was the C in NCR, and NCR Racing, a very, very well known race team that run all the Ducati factory bikes back in the days in the 70s and 80s. And interesting, they transitioned, they were racing through the Bevel Drive years into the Panther years and then into the 4-valve engines those years. So anyway, Stefano was Reno's son. I don't want to give too much away, of course, because it's all in the video, but Stefano is probably, I don't know, mid-60s now anyway, is Reno's son, and he built this beautiful museum right in the middle of Bologna. A lot of Ducati memorabilia in it for his dad, so very cool. So I'm looking forward to getting that video out to everybody. I don't think a lot of people, it's only been open for about a year, so a lot of people don't know about it, and maybe this will help people hear about it and be able to head out and visit. Q, you're punching out plenty of messages, that's great. Yeah, you do get to be the pillion guy, that's for sure. Oh, you have rode around that track. Yeah, well, when I was racing, we never went any further south than Ruapuna. I never raced at levels at all, but it looks like an awesome track. I mean, I've been out there plenty of times since, and yeah, you know, it's a little town like Timarin. It's got such a fantastic facility. You know, it's amazing, very amazing. Really enjoy that, going out there and watching the racing. Yeah, the Ducati factory tour thing, that blew my mind. I was so excited about it. My daughter came with me, and even she really enjoyed it as well. And but yeah, she did mention that she could tell I was really, really excited, and I think she enjoyed being with Dad, seeing Dad that excited about something. So yeah, it was a special time, all right, that's for sure. If you look in the reflection of the video, when we video the service centre door, you'll see my daughter's videoing, and you'll see her on the street too when we jump off the bus and we're there next to the factory. So yeah, anyway, don't know where else is cute. I told Steve said he'd try and be here, so I'm not sure, midweek he might not be able to make it. Now, I do have something, Q, since you're here, and I'll see what Steve says too, because he'll know what they think in Australia. Levels here too much. Yeah, I like levels back in the old days, how the old shape. It's massively long now. And of course, last time I raced at levels, I T-boned some poor bugger down the end of the front straight. It used to be a hairpin there. I don't know if you remember that, Q. Remember the hairpin at the end of the straight? And I was on my little Alazura with those tiny front brakes, and I ran out of brakes and smacko, T-boned him. Poor guy. And ironically, he was racing, he was riding at Alazura as well, a Kachiev Alazura as well. And I was out with smashed my ankle up a little bit. And his bike was a bit the worse for wear too. So I managed to help him get back on the track by giving him a clutch lever I had here. Snapped his clutch, well, I snapped his clutch lever. But anyway, I managed to give him a clutch lever and get him back on the track again, so. Are there three of us here? Yeah. A couple of shy people, maybe. Got a friend in USA. She, unfortunately, is in hospital. She's come into hospital today. She's broken her femur or tibia just by the knee. And so she's in a bit of pain at the moment. So I told her to jump on and don't have to say anything if she don't want to. And she can practice learning to translate our accents, Q. So that's maybe who it is. But anyway, I've been thinking about, so while it's been quiet and I've been looking for a tyre for the bike, I've been thinking about basically trolling the freaking YouTube as I normally do pretty much every evening, because I don't watch TV. There's a lot of rubbish. But I've been thinking about these things, and I'm interested to see what people think about them. The old airbags. Now, they're not cheap. That's the first thing I found out. They are not cheap. And you basically have two types. There's one that goes on the outside that you connect to the bike. So when you go over the bars, the string pulls and it deploys and you land on a cushion, hopefully. And then there's these other ones that got a sensor on them. And they got a little brain in there, a little CPU, and you wear it. This one is a vest type, but you also have some sort of longer sleeve ones. But I'm thinking about this one here, which is a vest type, and this one you wear underneath your main jacket, and they want you to have a bit of slop there underneath, I guess, a bit of room underneath for it to deploy. So if your jacket, a tight jacket, that deploys, it doesn't crush you. Probably crush your ribs or something, I don't know. But anyway, it's designed to not crush your ribs. And so anyway, this one here, you put underneath your jacket, and then make sure you got a bit of room for it to deploy, and it just senses. And there are advantages, of course, of these ones over the tether ones. The tether ones only work when you fly off the bike. So if you're at the lights and some guy smacks you up the backside, you're going to wear it all, because the thing's not going to deploy. Whereas this thing senses it from all around, and it's one of those ones where it's got a bit of AI in it, so it links up the internet and downloads the latest, what do you call it, algorithms and all that. So they talk to each other on the internet and share experiences, like a Tesla car or something like that. But they're not cheap. $1,000 in New Zealand for this vest. And there mustn't be many people buying them, because I can only get a small and a 2XL, the only ones available at the moment. The other thing I'm worried about is you can't, they say you're not supposed to wash them. So I'm thinking, it's like around Canterbury in January and February, Q. You need some way to clean it. I'm not sure. So I have to dig around and research and see what the deal is with that, see if it... how you're going to clean it. And I thought maybe you could pull out all the electronic stuff and just wash it. I'm not sure. I haven't seen one on the flesh yet. So, anyway, Q, you're talking. You don't know the hairpin. Yeah, an hour in the buckets, in the wet. I actually don't mind riding in the wet. On the tracks anyway. I used to not mind. I think my first race meeting I ever did, it was on the wet. It was the club circuit at Pukekohe. And everyone laughed because I think my number board was I cut up a piece of cardboard box and wired that to the front of the bike and rocked up, and I was in my street levis and all that, and people just looked at me and thought I was, here's this idiot. Anyway, I weren't thinking that. I got second in the first race in the wet. I think I got second in both races I went in. But it was pretty wet, and the old back broke away a couple of times, so, I guess I was getting towards the limit. But yeah, I don't mind the wet so much. When I don't like it is when I'm in Gore or Queenstown or something, and I've still got 3 or 4 hours riding to get home. Although I do have that good rain gear now, the Scott rain gear. I got the 2-piece Scott rain gear, and yeah, you don't get wet. So it's kind of nice. Back in the old days, back when my younger days, we had I remember I had the belt staff jacket, with a little belt there, the little wax cotton one, which never really stopped much at all. Looks like Q. Okay, here we go. Squidward. So it's you, Kyle. G'day, mate. You don't think I should get one of those? Kyle's got a opinions on most things, and he's quite a deep thinker. So if he says something, I'm paying attention because he's probably had a good think about it. What do you reckon about those vests then, Kyle? I'm just thinking the older I get, the less flexible I am, you know, or the more it's going to hurt if I do crunch out. But the things I've been reading about people and that, people have been like, oh, not a broken bone sort of thing thanks to that. So I don't know. I'm in two minds. Yeah, and the other thing too, of course, helmets and stuff. Well, what I should have done when I was in Bologna, I should have bit the bullet and bought an RI helmet, a brand new one for 700 New Zealand dollars. I should have bought all the gear at the Ducati factory shop because a lot of stuff was quite discounted there. That helmet, the RI helmet, was about $700. In fact, it was less. It was 340 euros, and that's 1.8 exchange rate. So there you go. Oh yeah, I watched that. Is that the ride I was on your video, Q? I'm trying to think. I watched that last one of yours. Can't remember where you went. Can't remember now. But yeah. Yeah, true. Rain at night's a pain because all the lights and from the headlights and stuff just zap you, don't they? Yeah, well, I've got a dirty old bloomin' dry rider jacket, as you know, Kyle, and it's one of the lower end ones. So I was thinking that up spec, get a decent jacket and one of these vests. I know some of them they have the system integrated in the jacket, but then they cost a lot to recharge once they deploy. So you wouldn't want any accidental deployments going on, would you? Yeah, okay. I'm just reading what you guys are saying. I put a splash of vanilla essence in with that, and it's got apple juice in it as well. Come up pretty good. How would I have been there? No, okay, well that's probably why I haven't seen it, because I'm trying to think what your last video I watched, Q. Well, I'll watch them all, so whatever the last one was. Was it the one you went over the swing bridge? Well, you always go over the swing bridges anyway, if there's a swing bridge about. Go and see. You know, what's that joke? How do you get to the other side? You are on the other side. Yeah, see, Kyle, I'm a Dainese fan as well. I had a one piece when I was racing, and the Ducati factory shop, that they had full Dainese one pieces there, all with the Ducati everything on. And so there was Alpine Star and Dainese gear there. And yeah, I'm a Dainese guy, I guess. I'm too fat for. Is it too long for you, Kyle? I'm a bit taller than you. I can swap you a good camp chair, folding chair that I've still got in the garage. I'm trying to work out how to get it to you. You have to give me your address or something. So yeah, Q. Now Kyle come down to Burt with us last year, and the Greymouth Street Races. He's got quite a few bikes, including a beautiful Diavel, which he rides like he is a friggin' Diavel. And but yeah. Okay, vanilla vodka. Yeah, I don't mind a bit a bit of the flavoured stuff away from the normal. I quite like that spiced rum. I know it's cheating a little bit, but what have we got? Oh, that Russell rum, that rum from the North Island, Russell rum, lightly spiced, so it's not too sickly. Really good, highly recommended. You Kyle, let us know. No, I'm going Dionysi, and that's it. I'm gonna go find me a Dionysi jacket. Yeah, Kyle. I haven't ridden for probably a couple of months. But this tyre, I'm not sure whether you're here, Kyle. Anyway, that front tyre mine's well flogged out. Let's see if I can find it again. I'll show it to you. Here's a close up. Have a look at that, Kyle. That's my front tyre. So I'm not so excited about braking in a straight line, but I do like turn. Yeah, it's on the multi-strata, so anyway, that won't get me a warrant, and I need a warrant, so that's the Road 5. And I was just saying before, the Road 6, can't get them at the moment until maybe October, so I'm not going to wait that long. I'll get a Road 5 instead, replace that with the same one, Road 5. Yeah, well, Kyle's definitely got a Diablo. Yeah, I know it's hard to describe what a Diablo is, isn't it? It's kind of like I don't know. It's a cruiser, but not a cruiser. It's a cruiser. If Cruiser and a cafe racer had a baby. Ah, that's it. Yep. Grab a bourbon there, Q. One of your own ones, I hope. Should be. Yeah, Kyle, all right. I'll keep. Look, I'm a bit busy. I've got a couple of weekends of stuff on, and then I'll definitely be doing a ride. I want to go for a ride somewhere with Kyle, so I'll just, I'll flick you a message when I know the weather's okay. The weather's been a bit shit house today, isn't it? And I think we've got another cold weekend coming up. I know, it's supposed to be Friday. Steve's here, I knew he'd turn up. I know, but it had to be Thursday because, I've got an army reunion this weekend, so I have to go up to that. Kyle's Diablo is a sport bike eater. Steve's I'm sure all you guys know, Steve's in Melbourne. He's got a couple of beautiful Ducatis, and he recently got his license back, so well done that man. Kyle rides a Diablo mostly, but he's got several bikes. And of course, you know Q's the hardcore Guzzy man. Fantastic. Love the Guzzies. Love them so much I got one myself. He did a distilling run yesterday. Oh yeah, no Steve, that's why I said on the thing it's Thursday. I think I wrote something in there about it, why it's Thursday. Anyway. So yeah, Steve's he's gonna come. He's like you, Q. He's gonna come to the Burt 1 year. He's been thinking about it for a long time, and I keep pushing him to come down. What you gotta do is fly over the ditch and bring his gear with him. We'll sort him out with a bike or something. And take him to the Burt. No, not going dancing. It's an infantry battalion 50th birthday. So one of my old battalions I was in, the 1st Battalion, based in Burnham near Christchurch. 50th birthday for the battalion. There's be a bunch of guys. But there won't be so many women around. Yeah, what's the BOB rally? Oh, is that the one based at Oda Matata? No, that was the Hard Bastards, wasn't that the Oda Matata one, the Hard Bastards rally? But I think it's more gravel. It goes around Black Forest and all that, around the north side of the lake. Yeah, Steve, have you checked out Q's channel? Little Ghost? Man, he rides every weekend. He's going somewhere. He goes all over the show. So, have a look at what he does. He goes to some fantastic places. Got me inspired. So, yeah, Kyle, I'll flick you a message because I'm dead keen and I need to get you that folding chair back to you. But maybe if you PM me your address or something, or I know you're down by the down towards Opa. He huts there and that, I think. So, yeah, mate. Yeah, 10 years. 10 years I did. 10 years, infantry, recon. Got my wings. Where's my wings? My wings are just here. Oh no, they're behind the green screen. Yeah, jumped out of perfectly good planes. That's why I got a crook back. So, the Plains Club, but up in Whitepro. Okay, right, I got you. Is that like the rally where you guys stay at down by the train station there? I seen one of your videos from maybe last year or something. But I thought it was in summer. It was really hot. Oh, good one, Steve. Yeah, I just got yours sorted out today, so I'm sorting your stuff out as well. Very cool, thanks. Okay, well, yeah, I've got a little surprise for you, Steve, so when you get your package, it'll be a little bit different from what you're expecting, but I'm sure you will approve. That's what I was going to say too, Q. And those, where'd you put some photos up somewhere? And it didn't look that old a photo, and I didn't think it was you in it. Somebody with one of your bikes. Was it a nephew or something? Yeah, jumped out. Yeah, it's all in the landing. It's parachuting is all in the landing. Everything you do from the moment you exit the aircraft is getting you ready for the landing. And of course, military chutes don't like to keep in the air for too long, so they have quite a fast descent rate. So your landing's crucial, all right. Okay. Temperature today here was 8 degrees, Steve. It's been miserable. To be honest, there's been very few days. I've been back, like I say, I've been back just over a month. Maybe 3 or 4 days. Could have gone for a nice ride. Wouldn't have bothered Q. He never checks the weather. He just goes. But I'm a bit softer. So I just, not the going. It's a bit too things. So I'm busting to get out for a ride anyway. I want to hear that bike again. I need to hear my bike running. Oh, okay. So, Q, did you do your jumps out at Wigram when Wigram was when they had the skydiving club there? And you forgot to grab your risers? Okay, that would be your son, right? Yeah, I knew it wasn't you, and I thought, I don't want to be rude, but the photo didn't look that old. Well, the bike didn't look that old or something. I thought, no, that's not cute. Ukraine. Yeah, man, it's a complicated deal over in the Ukraine. Very complicated, and Yeah, I've been to Russia many times, and that whole thing I was quite when it all went down. Hard. It's a hard thing to. I have a lot of good friends in Russia, and it's a fantastic country. It's a fantastic country. You just got the politics side is I guess the worm in the apple. But another one of my bucket list trips, Q, was I wanted to ride a bike from St. Petersburg in the west, and I wanted to do the Road of Bones, the Magadan Highway. So I wanted to ride right across Russia. Russia's it's the only country in the world that goes through 7 time zones. Yeah, it's amazing. Anyway, it's an incredible place, and the people are really, they're tough, very hard people, but just very hard but warm, if you know what I mean. Just a fantastic place. And then them in Ukraine, mate, it'll be like Tasmania trying to separate away from Australia or something. It just doesn't. They're brothers and cousins, eh? It's a very complicated deal, and we only know very little. In fact, we think we know. What we do know is very little. That's all the thing. Yeah, so Will lives near here. Will lives 5 minutes from my house, but you hardly ever see him. He got a CF moto, and I think he likes the gravel. Yeah. You're at Charing Cross. I didn't know they jumped at Charing Cross. Was it like an alternative landing zone for when Pudding Hill was clouded in or something? Oh, and you had the little speaker in your helmet and they're talking to you and they said pull left and you pulled right or whatever it was. Yeah. That's right. So, what else? Yeah, it's a mess over there, mate. That whole thing's a mess. It's very complicated. It's literally like Western Australia, or like I say, or something, fighting the rest of the country. I mean, they all, they're closer than New Zealand and Australia, if you can understand that. So, yeah, it's just the whole thing's tragic, mate. The whole thing's tragic. Yeah, true. Your partner's from Kazakhstan. That's interesting, mate. That's another one that's on my list. I've got a friend in Kazakhstan at the moment. What's the capital? Is it Almaty or something? Excuse me, can't remember. Anyway, he went there to escape the war because he's that mid-30s age and didn't want to get called up. So he lives there because his mother was from there originally. And he was my fix-it man in Moscow. So whenever I was going to Moscow, I'd flick him an email and give him my flight details when I'd be there and what I needed him to get ready for me. And by the time I got there, he'd have everything ready. So, but let's find out. What is it? Capital, Kazakhstan. It's... And for us, in the deep south of the South Pacific, so far away, it's a really exotic, cool place. Yeah, isn't that there? Almaty. So that was my other thing. I actually want to catch a train, to be honest. I confess it wasn't motorbike. I did want to catch the train. Because there's trains all the time. It takes like 3 days to get to Almaty from Moscow. But that would be a hell of an experience. Oh, okay, no speaker, just guy on the ground with coloured tennis bats. Yeah. Well, the kids today, they roll their eyes if they saw what we all survived, wouldn't they? Well, don't know what else talk about, lads. I wish Dara there in Denver, Colorado. Hope you get well soon. Hope you understood what I'm saying. My Kiwi accent's a bit strong, but anyway. Hope you get well soon. We'll just keep in touch. And hey, if anybody's got some funny memes, they can be as filthy as you like. Send them to me. And because Dara, she's a meme fiend, so we need to cheer up. So any cool memes, be as filthy as you like, send them down, and I'll pass them on to her, courtesy of the Dusty Visor Crew. Yeah, so it is El Martai there, Steve. Yep. Yeah. They had a. Oh yeah. Yep, I'm listening, Steve. When I was there in 2018, I went to the only Ducati store there was. Imagine getting a T-shirt from there and then that crazy writing they have. It's not coming up on my feed, or it's slow. So, here we go. You became friends with a dealer principal. That's awesome, mate. Those sorts of countries, all those ex-Soviet countries, it's not what you know, it's who you know. That's probably why I love Russia, because I know quite a few really quite powerful people, so it's always fun. But yeah, if you didn't know anyone, it'd be tough. So that's good. Because if he's a dealer principal of Ducati, then he's from a family with some reddies, right? So, yeah. Dining table onto the mat. Okay. Almaty. That's good. Are you still in contact with that guy, Steve? What does your missus think about the old bikes? We know Q's doesn't seem to mind. He's always away on them. Still waiting for the feed to pop up, that's why. Sorry, everybody. But we get a bit of a delay, so you guys are typing and stuff. Not Thai. Almaty. Not Almaty. Almaty. Okay. Gotcha. Right. Hope the microphone never picked that up. Anyway. Well, that's about all I got to say, guys. Steve, you might have to just go back later on and check the beginning of the video for any new stuff I've been talking about. Yeah, Q, love to ride with you one day, and I'm really glad that you got to see some of our back roads. I know in that couple of videos ago, got some other back. Oh yeah, I think did I mention that in the last video? No, I did not. Got to make that Moraki, or maybe I did mention it. Anyway, he's just found us some more good back roads to explore around the back of North Otago, touching on the pig route and all that. So looking forward to doing those. I'll probably video that trip. So yeah, we might base it at Moraki and then zip out from there. Yeah. Does she still wear the old big high heels? All those Russian girls, they all wear them. And I remember one girl said to me once, she said, Colin, we were born in stilettos. And I'm like, yeah, I'd say so. The cycle track, what's getting built for the MotoGP? Yeah, well, that's coming up too, isn't it? That'd be awesome. All right, everybody. 3-day weekend. What's our holiday? Is it the Canterbury show weekend or something? Anyway, everybody, time to go. it's been an hour, and yeah, thanks everybody for coming on. Kyle, I'll connect up with you fairly shortly and give you an ETA on having my bike warranted and that tyre replaced. Yeah, Steve. Yeah, I'll give you a tracking number and all that in due course fairly soon. And Q, don't forget, if you're ever cruising through Geraldine, mate, just give me a call. In fact, I might even I'll pair me in myself so you can ring me if you like. And yeah, Steve, you got to get down here, mate. The Burt, I think, is the best. Oh yeah, there's a big sale. There's a big sale on, but flights. But you got to. I think it's only for September. Yeah, New Zealand's doing a whole bunch of cheap flights from all over the show. So, all right, everybody. Anyway, ride safe. Yeah, keep riding. Stay warm. Catch you in the next video or live stream. I'll see you in a month's time live. There will be another video going up soon about Reno's Garage, Reno Karachi, of course, NCR Racing, as I mentioned. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe. We need to get to the 400 mark so I can give away some free stuff. Catch you next video.